Staten McRae, Bale, Matre, Guess, and Tryon. For Georgia, Kyer, Fagan, Horn, Wheeler, and McMillan. And here we go. Severe Wheeler, who has really been the star offensively for Georgia so far this season, Mark, and he has set the tone.
He really has. He's magnificent in the fast break. Going to have to attack the zone here. Stanford starting a 2-3 defense. So Wheeler just gives him a little bit of trouble.
Kyer whistled for the travel violation. Here are the starters for Sanford. A.J. Staten McRae wears number 5. Marcellus Vale. He hails from Shelbyville, Kentucky. And Richardson Matre along with Guess and Jacob Tryon. Notice that Myron Gordon not in the starting lineup.
But 10 seconds in, they already subbed him in the game. So never see that very often.
Georgia has shown a lot of improvements on defense, but Sanford scores the first points of the game. Here are the starting 5 for the home team in Athens. We mentioned Wheeler wearing number 2. Kyer and Horn, 2 of those graduate transfers.
We're going to see Sanford play a lot of different defenses tonight. Started in the 2-3 zone, gone back to a man-to-man.
Wheeler unsuccessful from three-point land. Defensive rebound for Sanford. I can't call them the Bulldogs. You got to call them by the school name tonight.
That's right.
And a travel violation on Marcellus Vale for the Sanford Bulldogs.
With the style of play of both teams, you're going to see a lot of possessions in this game, which probably mean a lot of turnovers in the game as well.
Bucky McMillan, the first-year head coach for Sanford after an outstanding career on the high school level in the state of Alabama.
Wow, 5 state championships, played high school basketball at Mountain Brook, led his alma mater, those championships, played at Birmingham Southern for one of the top coaches in college basketball, Wayne Ball. He's going to do an outstanding job. Great hire by the AD, Martin Newton.
He certainly brought a lot of offense to the Sanford basketball program, and we'll be talking about that throughout tonight's telecast. Justin Kyer drawing the triple team in and out for P.J. Horn. Sanford on the move. Not the prettiest of transition buckets, but Christian Guess gets it to go. Justin Kyer from three-point land. And Georgia scores their first points of the night.
Georgia was really down in the bottom in the league standings last year in three-point field goal percentage. And a priority in their recruiting was Kyer. Here he goes. Again, Wheeler finds him cross court, wide open in the corner, get a little juke, get the man off his feet, square up, and nothing but net.
Kyer, the grad transfer, leads his team in minutes played with an average of 32 a game. He also comes in as the leader from three-point land, connecting on 33% of his shots. Nice take by Sanford. They continue to maintain control early on a Saturday night in Athens.
They're going to press you after they make field goals, get back to a man-to-man. Give Georgia a lot of different looks tonight.
Good defense by Sanford. Ty Fagan through the paint and finger rolls it in.
Showtime. Fagan with a little juke there, a little disguise pass, and what a great floater. What a good player he is.
That's Myron Gordon for 3 for Sanford. Sanford is a team that scored 174 points back on November 25th. 174. Wheeler cannot get it to go.
They had 102 at halftime. We can see it right here. They're going to try to score within 10 seconds of their possessions.
Defense that time pays off for Georgia. Wheeler with the push. Kyer trying to finish, cannot do so. And Sanford with another defensive rebound almost picked off. Front rim, no. Gordon from the corner, no. And it'll be Georgia basketball. Under 16 to go here in the first half. Off to a fast start. Sanford with the 4-point lead. Fagan, part of the Georgia attack. We thank you for joining us on a Saturday night in it.
They know they got a chance. A number going to be called at any moment to come into the basketball game. Again, Parks comes in off the bench. He's 2 for 7 for the year from the three-point line. He's got a 4-on-1 fast break. He shoots the three. That's Bucky ball, and we're going to see it tonight. Vanderhoff said to you during the break, back in the day when all of us were growing up playing basketball, you play games, the first one to 100 will win. Sure. This looks like one of those games. First to 100 might win this one.
I'll take it, man. Love the nonstop action. Severe Wheeler with the push. P.J. Horn way off the mark. It'll be Georgia basketball. 20 seconds on their shot clock for this possession. Sanford is the 21st highest scoring team in the country at 90 points a game. Scored 98 points and 96 points in their 2 wins.
One thing Georgia's got to be careful over here. Don't fall in the trap. And, Sanford's going to shoot a lot of threes. You can fall into that trap attacking them. 7 shots taken by Georgia, 4 from the three-point line already. They need to get some inside touches. This is what Garcia can do for them.
Sanford defense collapses on Garcia, and he draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Foul directed towards Sanford, number 22, Logan Nye. That's Nye's first. Team first.
Georgia's going to need that inside-outside game today. Garcia will play a big role in that. Strong young man. So far this season for Georgia is getting to the free throw line, getting good inside buckets. Had a really nice career at Stony Brook. So again, look for him to impact this game right away.
Tom Crean in his 3rd year here in Athens, and this is a totally different team as opposed to last year when they were running everything through Anthony Edwards. Now it's a much more team attack, and he's even a little different as well, a little bit more relaxed it seems.
Yeah, he does. He's enjoying the new guys in. Coach McClain, he hired Steve he worked with him for 5 years in Indiana, so I think he's got a lot of trust in him being back on the bench with him.
Kyer could not come down with the rebound.
Coach Green likes to play an open space game as well offensively. 43% of the field goals taken the last 2 years under him from three-point line. So again, need to get shooters, need a space. Big guys have got to be able to shoot. He's starting to build a roster that looks like that, that can play like that.
Well, he's been all about scoring and fast-paced as well since his arrival in that.
Absolutely. Played like that at Indiana. Wheeler over-penetrated, stepped out of bounds in that one. Again, we're going to see a lot of turnovers tonight as well, a lot of 3 points taken. But you're right. Coach Crean likes that style of play. Again, he's recruiting to that. Again, starting to put a premium to get 3-point shooters in here to play this style.
Through his first 67 games, Tom Crean's Georgia teams have scored 90 12 times. And Georgia basketball scored 90 points just 12 times in the previous 393 games before Crean arrived. So that shows you the dramatic change in philosophy. Under 15 to go in the first half. And Sanford continues to add to their lead. K.J. Davis with the putback. Ty Fagan with the push for Georgia. Looks like things are beginning to settle down a little bit for both teams. Kyer in and out for the 3. Rebound Davis. Here comes Sanford. Still a little bit off the mark. Both teams not really showing a hot hand yet. Wheeler with the push. Wanted to draw the foul, and he did. Wheeler has been the tone setter for this Georgia team. The sophomore from Houston. Great mental strength as well as great quickness.
He really does. You get in the open court, he's one of the elite players in the country. Last year, even with losing record in the SEC. Georgia was 5th in the country in fast break efficiency. A lot of credit goes to this young man. Makes things happen in the open court. I think I've been reading about him and some of his coaches. He knows he needs to cut down some of his turnovers in transition. But 3 straight games with assists and double figures, phenomenal. That is big time.
What's even more amazing than 3 straight double-doubles in points and assists is that he's the first SEC player to ever do that.
That's right.
That's crazy.
It really is. You think about all the great point guards who have played in this league for a long time. Again, he's a special young man. Going to have a great career at the University of Georgia.
No success at the line, but Ty Fagan grabs the Garcia grabs the offensive rebound, but could not score on the putback, and here comes Sanford. Left side, another 3. Ty Fagan trying to answer, in and out. Sanford ball. Sanford again firing up the 3-ball mark.
Relentless. Get the rebound. Everybody's running, spacing out there. You've got to get back on defense. You Georgia and get a hand in the face of the shooter. You don't. That ball is going up. Chambers took advantage of it. Slow recovery, slow closeout. He drained the 3.
That was Tristan Chambers, the redshirt senior. Defense collapsed, forced the ball out of bounds, but Sanford will retain possession. They'll have 6 seconds to fire a shot.
Christian Brown does a really nice job on defense. He just gives a nice little lift off the bench to the Dogs. Again, weak side help right there. Able to get a hand on it and really support Garcia, who was fronting the post.
No good on the take by Jerron, really. Higher again with the push. Fagan from the right side. Nothing but air. Christian Brown with the offensive glass. Ten seconds on the shot clock for Georgia. The 21st highest scoring team in the country just forced a shot clock violation, playing a little defense as well.
Again, on your bingo card, I don't think you would have had that for tonight's game, a shot clock violation.
No, I wasn't looking for that stat from Sanford.
Not at all, but again, solid defense by Sanford, and Georgia probably overpassed, obviously, 2 times. I thought they had shots. And made the next pass, which is a good thing you can build on. But again, good job by Sanford.
Sanford comes in as the 244th ranked defensive team in the country. That's out of 302 basketball teams. Not known for their defense, known for their scoring, but the bucket is waved off. Marcella. A.J. Staten McCray with the take.
Bucky McMillan, when you commit to this style of play, again, which is so exciting, it's going to be good for his recruiting, and play this Bucky ball, you're going to give up points. So you're not going to be a leader in the country in defense. You can't have both. You want to be solid. You want to be good. Again, there's so many possessions in the game. You know you're going to give up points.
Christian Guest could not convert inside. Bulldogs of Georgia come away with it. Georgia's taking a lot of threes and not having much success. Sanford with the push. And Myron Gordon with the finish. This is not a pretty start for the home team in Athens, in my opinion, Mark.
It really is, and they're going to have to adjust to this game again. Get more inside touches.
Less than 12 to go. Sanford in control of the home team in Athens. Here's some already seen action.
Absolutely. This game is going to be a game of runs, and Sanford's on right now, but the way to stop that for Georgia is get the ball inside to Garcia right here. He's been to the free throw line for the 2nd time now. Get him some inside touches.
Garcia came into tonight's game converting 72% at the free throw line. There we go. .11 and a half to go in the first half. Marcellus Bale, no. Rebound Garcia. Wheeler with the push. Inside to Garcia. Now that's what Georgia needed right there to get some rhythm on offense.
Play that inside-outside game. They were a little top-heavy on shooting the threes early in the game. But here in the last couple of possessions, getting those inside touches.
Good take that time by Preston Parks. Sanford with an 8-point advantage.
Georgia really lacks a rim protector in their lineup. So they're going to see, most teams in their scouting reports are going to say attack the rim, drive when you can, which if Sanford can establish that, it's going to open up even more three-pointers for them.
Tried again to get it inside to Garcia, but good Sanford defense. Down low was Jacob Tryon. He comes up empty. Less than 10.5 to go in the first half. Wheeler with the push. He can't get it to go, and no presence of any Georgia Bulldogs on the offensive glass so far. Foul on Justin Kier as Richardson Matrey draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Matrey's really got a good game. He can put it on the floor, keep guys off balance. Feel like he can take Kier right there, get him off his feet, and then finish the play. Big time shot.
Got to stay on your feet defensively.
You can't go for those pump fakes. Kier's already gotten Georgia off their feet a few times. But Sanford will do a lot. Teams that play buckyball style, they incorporate that shot fake all the time. And you're so worried about a three-point shot coming or that pull-up jumper, again, you're vulnerable to be leaving your feet. You really got to be disciplined in your closeouts.
Stanley Henderson into the ball game for Sanford. The Bulldogs from Birmingham enjoying a double-digit advantage as the road team. They came into tonight's contest with a 2-1 record. Had shown lots of offense, and tonight they're showing a solid defensive attack through the first half of this game. Sanford moving it around for Myron Gordon. No. Christian Brown with the defensive rebound for Georgia. Michael Starks, second string point guard off the bench. Looking to get some ball movement on offense, and Brown down low draws the foul.
Coach Green talked about in the press conference yesterday that they've really been pleased with the starting five. Obviously, Kamara's out of the game tonight. A really good player for Georgia. Again, he's felt good about the top 5 or 6 guys and how they played and they're produced. But the bench so far hasn't given them. They haven't really gelled. So great opportunity for Starks to come in here without Wheeler in the lineup, see what he can choose. So far, watching him early in the season, brings a lot of defensive intensity to the team, to the roster, really gets after it. But again, he has the ability to penetrate. He's strong. He did a nice job of setting up Christian Brown.
I'm not sure about his choice of shoes.
Wrong colors for the Dogs, for sure. I'm glad you noticed that. Somebody needs to correct that in a hurry.
Still a double-digit lead for Sanford, less than 10 to go. Not much success for the Sanford basketball program when it comes to taking on SEC teams. And the last only other time these two teams met was back in 2001.
And Sanford has a good history. They've had some really good teams. When I first came into Georgia State as an assistant coach in the early 80s, Craig Beard and Sanford were some really good teams. Nice block there by Fagan. Such a good defender, good all-around player. And then Jimmy Tillett had the back-to-back NCAA tournament teams. Salyers and those guys. So again, they've had their moments over the years. Bucky McMillan is trying to get them to be consistently good and sustain success.
Fresh shot clock for Sanford. Gordon with it at the top. Defense there from Ned. Way outside from Gordon. And a three, courtesy of Tristan Chambers.
So what a beautiful shot he has. Yeah, when you shoot threes like Sanford does, leads to long rebounds. A A lot of the Georgia players were compacted in the lane, weren't out. The long rebound came. Sanford's hunting those balls and setting themselves up. The hardest thing to defend is a three after an offensive rebound.
Bucky McMillan active on the sidelines, the first-year head coach for Sanford. Fagan for three. Man, ice-cold shooting by Georgia.
Sanford's really compacting their defense, daring Georgia to shoot threes. They feel like that's a weakness for Georgia. So far, Georgia's living up to that bill, living up to that scouting report.
Off the foot of Logan Dime. It'll be Georgia basketball when we return. But Sanford has maintained control because of their accuracy from downtown. Sent on the contest.
Yeah, I think for Coach McMillan, he's got to feel pretty good that the 10 field goals they've made, only 3 have been from the three-point line. We're sitting here talking about their three-point game. Only 3 of them. Chambers has made 2 of them. They have 7 field goals inside that three-point line. That's got to be very concerning to Georgia for not getting those stops, but very encouraging for Sanford that, hey, we can build this kind of lead and we're not even hot yet. Watch out.
That's the voice of Mark Sloniker. I'm Van Earl Wright, and we thank you for joining us in Athens, GA on a Saturday night. As a couple of Bulldog teams play a little round ball. Garcia doubled inside, goes strong. The shot was too strong as well. Ice cold shooting throughout this first half for the home team in Athens. And there's a foul called on Exeter. Eder.
Surprised to see him in the ball game this early, but again, Coach has been practicing well. Coach is going to give him a chance, Eder, to get in the game, see what he can do. But Sanford came out of that timeout with a 2-3 zone. They hadn't really shown it since the first possession of the game. Caught Georgia off guard, but Georgia had a good possession. Again, got a nice inside touch for Garcia, just didn't finish it.
But again, good defense played by Sanford. And there's a turnover by the visitors from Birmingham. Georgia could use a 3, but more importantly, they need to do what you've been talking about, Mark. Get that inside-outside game working for them.
Absolutely.
And there's just a sloppy display right there. But Sanford equally is guilty.
Heads up play by Eder, hustling back on defense. Got his hand in the passing lane, got a nice deflection. Coach Green prides his team on how many deflections they get per game.
Eder with it now, looking for help. Fagan trying to go strong, and he converts. Ty Fagan came in averaging 9 points a game. He's got 4 after that bucket. Back of the rim, three-point try. No good for Sanford. Whistle stops play. Ty Fagan trying to add his energy to the attack, Mark.
He does such a nice job. Off to a great start this season. 3rd year in the program. He's been with Coach Green the whole way. Understand what it takes. He has so many good components to his game. Just a complete player. And he's a leader. He's a winner. His Upson County high school team's record was phenomenal. Multiple state championships. Again, he comes in. You can see the team's hurting. You can see he's trying to say, hey, I'm a leader. I'm a captain. I'm going to make something happen.
Got to settle things down. Let's do what we do best. Garcia with it and scores it and draws a foul. That's the kind of three-point play they needed.
Absolutely. You're right on mark. But again, here we are, 2-3 zone, little gap in the middle there. Sanford's daring him to shoot the basketball and let him get to the rim. And Garcia does a nice job of finishing it, drawing the foul.
Nice display of good touch from the big fella, too. Hails from Bergenfield, New Jersey, and completes the three-point play. Back to a single-digit deficit for Georgia as we approach the 6-minute mark of the first half. Myron Gordon trying to fool the Georgia defense, looking to the bench and firing one inside, but mishandled. He's looking for Christian Guess. A little backcourt pressure from Sanford. Picked by Eder. Shot by Wheeler. Still looking for their rhythm offensively is Georgia. Christian Guest kicks it outside. No good. Fagan trying to finish for Georgia. Cannot, but he draws the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Jason Eder's come in. Got a number called tonight. He's come in and giving Georgia lifts since he's been in the game. They're on a 5-0 run. Moving the ball. He's done a nice job on defense. Got a nice rebound there. Again, great fast break. Wheeler pushes up ahead to Fagan. Fagan's able to draw the foul.
Jackson Eder, a sophomore out of Woodstock, Georgia. Only been playing 9 minutes, but the action he's seen tonight, as Mark just pointed out, has been solid. Team recognizes what he just contributed. The Bulldogs from Athens down 7 with Ty Fagan at the line. And the deficit remains 7. Good defense from Severe Wheeler. Could not handle it after he forced a turnover. And good hustle by Sanford as well. There's Myron Gordon with the basketball for Sanford. Air ball on that attempt by Jerron Briley. And Wheeler with the turnover. Just a little bit too fast. Trying to force a little too much right now.
That's one of those situations you just kind of gear back for a second, let the lanes develop, the runners develop, see what happens. He kind of forced one more dribble than he should have. That's something they'll show him on film. He'll pick on a smart kid, heck of a player, wants to get better all the time, and he'll see that and learn that.
Severe Wheeler has to go through 2 film sessions after every game. One with his coaching staff here in Georgia and one with his dad back in Houston.
That's right.
He was talking about that last season, and he's like, Coach Green has no problem with it. You know, because some coaches don't want their parents to get involved.
That's right. Wheeler's dad has been an AU coach, knows the game very well, knows his son very well. So, again, that's a good thing. It's a positive thing.
Myron Gordon averaging right at 20 points a game. Knocks down the first of 2. Georgia came into this contest averaging 83 points a game, and they only have 17 through 15-plus minutes.
I think both of us thought this game right now probably in at least the 30s, if not the 40s by now.
Yes. Garcia, my goodness. Quickness and agility for the big fella.
This is the smallest lineup Sanford's put on the court tonight in all their rotations. Garcia took advantage of that.
Gordon with the take and the strong finish. Cross court to McMillan, delivered by Fagan. That's the best offensive display by the home team in Athens so far on this Saturday night. And they cut into the Sanford lead with less than 4 to go.
So many good players really developing their freshman and sophomore years. Maybe their biggest year of growth. His body looks better. He runs the court so good. He does so many different things for Georgia. He's going to be needed for the stretch, but get some needed rest tonight. Hopefully he'll be ready to play next Saturday.
And indeed, Georgia's next game is a week from tonight. 7-point Sanford lead, looking for more, and they have it. Christian Guest with the nice take to the iron. Garcia recovers for Georgia. And whistled for the offensive foul. Again, surprisingly good defense, consistent good defense. And Tom Green is getting a little frustrated.
And Sanford did a nice job, and again, they're condensing their defense, daring Georgia to shoot jump shots, trying to avoid those inside touches, knocked it away in the high post area off a forced pass, and then stood in there and took that charge from Garcia.
Less than 3.5 to go in the first half, and Sanford has a chance to once again increase their lead to double digits. Nice backdoor feed to Myron Gordon, and he converts. Jacob Tryon with the impressive assist.
Beautiful pass. Gordon's already in double digits this game.
Severe Wheeler from way downtown, but he converts. That reduces Sanford's lead to 8 points. Rims out for Sanford. Fight for the loose ball. Captured by Ty Fagan. Less than 2.5 remain in the first half. Justin Kier from the right wing. 2 consecutive triples for UGA prompts a timeout from Sanford head coach Bucky McMillan. 2 minutes, 19 seconds. And Georgia trying to make a late push here. Kier, we mentioned, is the transfer from George Mason.
He's a career 40% or higher three-point shooter. Was something Georgia really needed. And he has a beautiful stroke.
Been leading his team in minutes played with 32 a game. Whistle stops play right at the 2-minute mark of the first half. P.J. Horn, another graduate transfer from Virginia Tech, and one of 8 newcomers on this Georgia roster for this season. Nice defense from P.J. Horn. Off the mark from three-point land for Sanford is A.J. Staten-McCray. P.J. Horn from the corner, no good. Rebound by McMillan. Good feed on the right side to Horn, and Horn draws the foul. And Sanford has cooled off a little offensively, and Georgia has increased their offensive intensity.
Really nice job. P.J. Horn got caught napping a little bit on the out-of-bounds play. Did a nice job, stayed with it, got that block shot. McMillan, beautiful job on the offensive glass. Finds P.J. Horn attacking that rim on the side. Beautiful entry. Got to make these free throws, complete that play.
Horn grew up in Tifton, Georgia, in South Georgia. Started his college career at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, and now is sharing all the sweaters he collected to live in Virginia.
That's right.
Doesn't need quite as many. Man, especially after the weather we've had the last couple of days.
P.J. Horn, you look at his bio, he has some nice games at Duke, at Clemson over his career. He's been battling against the big boys. He knows what it's going to take to win and produce in the SEC. His experience has been in the ACC.
Good bucket off the pick from Richardson Matrey. And Sanford is back up by 6. All the Sanford coaches out of their seats for instructions as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first half. Wheeler's good idea, but it was deflected away. And Wheeler takes responsibility.
Yeah, nice play. Double high screen right there, just couldn't convert it.
1 minute remaining.
Here's Sanford. Matrey's got such a nice pull-up game, very compact, knows where he can score from, and a beautiful stroke.
Guest loses possession. McMillan recovers, gets it to Wheeler. 4-on-3. And P.J. Horn coming through for the Georgia Bulldogs here in the last few minutes of the first half, getting them to the 30-point mark. Looked like Marcellus Vale might have taken an extra step. No whistle. Georgia comes away with the missed shot. Kyer for three from the left side. No. Scramble. Myron Gordon comes away with it for Sanford. And he draws the foul from Severe Wheeler. 15 and a half seconds remain here in the first half. And while both teams are in the 30s, Mark Sloniker and myself expected this to be a 40 or 50 points apiece by halftime. Maybe not 50, but at least, breathing on the 40-point mark.
Absolutely. The low three-point field goal percentages by both teams. Georgia's at 25%, and Sanford's at 20%. So, again, Georgia does a nice job of grinding it back, slowly reeling Sanford back in. Got his game to a 5-point to being down 13. But Georgia's doing a nice job of picking up their defense a little bit and then getting those inside touches, getting themselves to the free throw line to break up the rhythm of the Sanford Bulldogs.
Bucky McMillan, head coach for Sanford in his first year. Lane violation. Shot does not count. Myron Gordon says, why you doing that to me, teammate? Come on, man.
He's an 87% free throw shooter. You don't go in early on an 87% free throw shooter. Come on.
Not at all. Georgia has been to the line almost 3 times as many times as Sanford. And a whistle from Tom Crean to set up what should be the last offensive possession for both Georgia and the game. Georgia's done a bit more control. They were a little bit frantic and out of rhythm. And as we mentioned, the absence of Tumani Kamara, probably a big part of that as they adjusted to their change in rotation.
No question. The way he runs and things happen. Again, Georgia was just too reliant on a three-point shot early in the basketball game.
Final seconds of the first half. Wheeler lost possession, and now a foul, and there's 2.6. Severe disgusted with himself like right there.
Yeah, characteristic for Severe. I think he has, that could be fourth turnover I can remember for him personally so far. Very characteristic for him.
And nobody on the roster is harder on himself than Severe Wheeler.
Absolutely.
Look at him right now. He just ticked off. Good move by Crean to get him out of the game.
Yep, get his head right. He'll think about it. And again, he's such a fierce competitor. Wants to do so well. Such a leader. Again, he'll have a big second half, would be my guess.
Myron Gordon has once again continued to lead Sanford in scoring. He has 12 points. And a foul in the final second of play.
Not smart by Sanford right there.
Not smart at all.
And Gordon made a free throw taken away from him. We'll see how that plays out later in the game. Gets the 1-on-1 there. And again, a great free throw shooter and misses it. So again, things are just crazy. That's why we watch college basketball. Why do you love it so much? Unpredictable.
And why coaches lose their hair.
Yes.
in the last couple of seconds. Christian Brown with a big opportunity for Georgia with 0.2 of a second. Brown comes in averaging only 6 points a game. But these could be 2 of the biggest for his team tonight.
Yeah, Sanford's kind of feeling like if Gordon makes his 1-on-1 right there, they go up 7 getting out of the half. And here now, this game could be down to 3 points.
Or 4. Halfway through this Saturday night battle of Bulldogs, Myron Gordon and the team from Birmingham, Samford University, and they continue to be led by Myron Gordon, number 4.
And Earl, we talked at the break, the pace of the game's been for a high-scoring game, but teams just aren't making their shots. Just feel like there's going to be an eruption at some point in this half.
35% shooting for Georgia, 39% shooting for Sanford.
Coach Crean will have to be really careful with Garcia and how he uses them. He's a really needed factor for them to win this basketball game with those 3 fouls. It'll be interesting to see when he uses them, when he puts them in, when he takes them back out of the game.
And there is a look at Garcia. 10 points in the first half, the only Georgia player in double figures. Matrey will inbound for Sanford. Good ball movement by Sanford. Inside from Gordon to Christian Guess. Ty Fagan with the quick answer in transition for the home team in Athens.
Georgia got the ball in that net quickly, pushed it down the floor. Fagan in traffic. Nice finish.
McClain. McMillan, I should say. Stepped up to stop Gordon. Sanford adding to their halftime lead with an early possession. Gordon inside to Christian Guest, but Fagan with the quick answer, Mark.
Yeah. Georgia, Tom Crean's teams love to push right out of the net, right back at you. Crean get those two back in a hurry.
McMillan down low. Draws the foul from Jacob Tryon. So Tryon McMillan drew the foul from Jacob Tryon. A lot of Tryon going on.
McMillan's going to be an interesting guy. Again, didn't put up big numbers in the junior college. Again, needed muscle, needed length. One rim protector that Georgia has. So very interested to watch him develop this season, how he comes along. Coach Green has such a great reputation for developing players. And he will definitely be a kid that we'll watch over the next 2 years, see how he develops and improves.
A little bit more than 1 minute into the second half. Sanford still in control. Justin Kier from way outside and barely sniffed the iron. Christian Guest with the defensive rebound and the push. Over to Matrey. Fight for the loose ball. And Georgia comes away with it. Kier again firing a three. Fagan with the strong work on the offensive glass for the putback. That was a good display by Ty Fagan.
It really is. He has such a nose for the basketball and offensive rebound. He just finds a way to get in there, get the basketball, finish it back up.
Matrey, no good for Sanford. Wheeler for three, no. Scramble for the loose ball. It'll be Georgia's basketball. Fagan with the good work on the offensive glass, Mark.
Yeah, you got to put a body on him. Sanford didn't locate him. He just has a nose for the basketball. Bourne keeps it alive, and Fagan's just there, just around, waiting for his time. Again, great body control right there to finish with his right hand and left. Again, just a good all-around basketball player. Such a great feel for the game.
Fagan with his average for the season, 9 points in tonight's game.
Sanford's played zone here last couple of possessions. Georgia didn't attack it very well the last time.
Losing their strong inside presence with Garcia beginning the second half on the bench with 3 fouls. Whistle stops play. Wheeler able to draw the foul.
Wheeler stays aggressive against zones. You know, he's not known as a great shooter, so people sag off him, but he still always tries to penetrate gaps, find the seals, set up his shooters on his team. Right there's a great example of it.
Wheeler with the strong take, but good defense by Sanford. Marcellus Vail with the push. And another whistle. Kier, the guilty party.
Over the back foul on Sanford there. Sanford's missed I think 3 wide open shots in a row here, and they just can't get that rhythm.
Right.
And Georgia's fortunate right there because they had 3 really good looks. They just did not knock down. Could have really opened this game up for them.
You saw a shot of the Sanford head coach, Bucky McMillan. The man who has quickly, at his young age, become a pretty impressive basketball legend in the state of Alabama.
He really is. What a great coach.
P.J. Horn for 3 for Georgia. Seen a lot of shots tonight go in and out for both teams. K.J. Davis knocked away by P.J. Horn. McMillan with the quick push to Fagan. 1 on 3. And Fagan able to draw the foul with the strong take.
Foul directed towards Sanford's number 14, Richardson Matray. That's Matray's second, team 4th.
Already 14 fouls on Sanford.
Ty Fagan, standing to the line for the Noles.
Everything started with P.J. Horn. That's his second block shot tonight on the guy he's guarding. Usually you see block shots coming from the weak side, or that's twice he's blocked his man's shot. That ignited that fast break. Got him out in the open court. Fagan's taking advantage of it again. But third time, the 1 offensive rebound and the 2 fast breaks. Ty Fagan is capitalizing it. Look at that. Great job by P.J. Horn. Getting some hops, some rise right there. Fagan attacks, goes strong, draws that foul.
When it's one on 3 in transition like that, the coach is going, no, okay, great. You did that a few times in your life, I'm sure.
A lot of times, no question about it.
Myron Gordon for Sanford with a 3. To add to his scoring total, leading all scorers with 15 on the night. I think Wheeler misses Tamani Kamara's presence out here. Kind of throwing him out of rhythm, it seems like, even though he's able to bank it in that time.
Yeah, beautiful shot right there. Good tempo, good pace. But you're right, Kamara runs the court as good as anybody in the country.
And just having him out there, you know, you're used to that guy. And when you're nice 3 that time from Jacob Tryon for Sanford.
Tryon's coming off a good game and really hasn't gotten going tonight from the perimeter, but he gets a different element to that offense when he can hit his threes.
Good feed from Wheeler. Fagan runs into Tryon and denied by the 6'11 Sanford player. Gordon, wild and reckless to the iron, but he's able to draw the foul. Under 16 to go in Athens. Myron Gordon and the Sanford Bulldogs feeling good about their Saturday night display in the Classic City.
He's going for a great night. Foul trouble's kind of curtailed him a little bit. They're going to have to get him back in the game. And P.J. Horn just has not really gotten going here. But thankfully for Georgia, Ty Fagan has shown up tonight and having a very good basketball game.
Georgia without Tamani Kamara, who has what has been described as a lower body injury. Injury reports have changed a little bit since you were coaching. They're very, very vague.
Yes, they are. So again, Banner, we were talking, is one of these teams going to just explode? Just kind of waiting that one of these teams. So here, Sanford hit back-to-back threes. Gordon gets to the rim, draws fouls, so 8 straight points for them. They take that 4-point deficit that Georgia had cut into, only down 4, and stretch this thing back out to 9 again. So again, a battle here. Is this an eruption that we're going to witness for Sanford, or can Georgia reel him back in right now? And Garcia's back in the game. So look for him to get a touch.
And Gordon just sat down for Sanford with a game-leading 17 points after 2 successful free throws. So this could be an opportunity for the home team in white.
2-3 zone, but Georgia's going to want to get an inside touch with Garcia, try to find him. Kyer's looking to set up shooters.
Kyer with a little mid-range jumper. Makes it a 7-point Sanford basketball game.
Kyer really took advantage of so much attention paid to Garcia with the collapse by Sanford. He was able to take advantage of it and make a nice basket.
Christian Guest challenging Garcia and his 3 fouls. Garcia played good defense and picked up the defensive rebound. Ty Fagan trying to finish. Unable to do so. And a turnover by Sanford. It'll be Georgia basketball with less than 14 and a half to go here in the second half.
Yeah, I thought Sanford either got fouled or Georgia knocked the ball out of bounds, but didn't work that way. It's going to be Georgia basketball here. Sanford's going to stay in that zone.
Severe Wheeler with a nice delivery to Fagan, who's unable to finish, but he'll go to the line after drawing the foul.
Yeah, Wheeler's got such a good knack even against that zone. He drew 3 defenders that time. But the whole time he's got his eyes up, looking at the floor. Fagan, again, great gift for the game. You watch this penetration right here. Draws 3 defenders. Fagan catches the guy in the backside falling asleep. Great rim cut. Draws the foul. Gets himself back to the free throw line again.
Coming into this game, Severe Wheeler was shooting 40% from the field, so he's been able to keep the defense honest with that 40% shooting from the field. But it's his assist and his vision and his ball movement and just overall leadership.
Absolutely. He sets people up. Again, gets penetration basically anytime he wants to. A lot of that field goal percentage is layups in transition for him, but he's also always eyes up, looking to set his teammates up for good passes.
Eyes up, the 2 key words there, in my opinion. Rebound Fagan for Georgia. 6-point Sanford game. Wheeler. Rebound Fagan again. Good defense from Sanford and good hustle on the floor from Garcia, but Horn unable to capitalize. Christian Guest with the push for Sanford, trying to go coastal, unable to finish. Kyer whistled for the offensive foul. Christian Chambers, good defense for Sanford, drawing that offensive foul from Kyer.
Yeah, really nice job by Chambers. Just again, playing transition defense. Kyer dropped that right shoulder into him, knocked him out of his place. Easy call for the official.
Offensively, Chambers has contributed a couple of triples as Sanford looks to add to their 6-point lead. Myron Gordon back in the game and immediately draws the basketball from his teammates. Oh, but he comes away limping a little bit. Might have landed wrong on that take to the glass.
One of the things we're seeing, Sanford, because you're so worried about the way they shoot the 3, it just sets up so many backdoor cuts. Because you're out there, you're anxious, you're trying to go to that 3-point line, they cut you backdoor. Fagan was asking for no foul, but by watching that replay, he was all over him. And great cut by Gordon.
Looks like he had an awkward landing on his left foot. And we also saw him in pregame warm-up step on a teammate's foot. So he's taking a bit of a beating tonight, but still leading all scorers with 17.
He's going to stay there as long as he can. 18 points against an SEC school on the road.
Yeah, good
he's
call.
Feeling it. Yeah, he's feeling it. He's staying in. There ain't no doubt about that.
Michael Starks off the bench for Georgia to give Severe Wheeler a rest. Ty Fagan again. Follows his own miss, draws double. Kick out to Starks. Now Kyer. Three seconds on the shot clock. Fagan coming through with a clutch bucket to cut Sanford's leads to 6.
He is keeping Georgia in this game. All his hustle, offensive rebounds, shooting, getting to the free throw line. He's keeping Georgia real close.
Here's Gordon from the left wing. Off the mark. Scramble for the loose ball. Picked up by Christian Guest, but not before a whistle stop play. And Starks is now down on the floor in pain as we hit the media timeout with less than 12 to go.
Competitor, really good player, really smart player. Again, I think he'll pick it up here. I think he's been over there sitting. I saw assistant coach talking to him. Yeah, I think he'll come back right now. A little vengeance, ready to go. Again, it's been a tough night for him.
He's shown his frustration, especially at the end of the first half, but the mark of a leader is to stay calm and to stay focused and keep pushing. P.J. Horn from the corner. That's good for three and much needed by the Bulldogs from Athens to cut the Bulldogs' lead from Birmingham to just 3 points.
Closest Georgia's been. A good position out of the timeout. Against that zone, easy, wide open three for P.J. Horn.
Sanford has led this contest from the opening tip. Air ball. Good hustle by Marcellus Vale, but still whistled for out of bounds.
Georgia comes out of the timeout. Design play. Hire draws attention out there because he can shoot it. P.J. Horn wide open in the corner. Set three for him. It's a nice stroke. He's been shooting it well this season. Big basket for Georgia and good stop. I think we'll see Georgia play some zone down the stretch of this game to protect Garcia and kind of frustrate Sanford.
That's P.J. Horn's first three-pointer of the night. He came in averaging 41% from downtown. Kyer gets it to go. Kyer reaching double figures for the night with 10 points. Chambers, front rim no. Turnover on a bad pass. Garcia with the push. Yeah, that's not. He doesn't need to be running the fast.
Just got right to that three-point line and pulled it up right there.
Yeah, that's not in his wheelhouse.
This zone that Georgia's put in, Coach Green made a switch to the zone defense. I think partly to protect Garcia. Again, it is frustrating Sanford the last couple of possessions. After they got a little hot and made a little run, so Georgia's reeled them into 1 point. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be exciting last 10 minutes of the game.
That's a missed opportunity by Georgia as they had a chance to take their first lead of the night. Matre for three. Back up to a 4-point Sanford ball game. Less than 10 to go in the second half. Wheeler trying to maintain control. 20 on the shot clock for Georgia. Whistle stops play before the play could finish. Wheeler with the 1-and-1. He'll go to the line, and he came in averaging 79% from the free throw line.
And when you're coaching college basketball and your team can get to the 1-and-1 bonus stage with 12 minutes, 10 minutes left in a game, boy, that's really bodes well for you because here quickly they're going to be shooting double bonuses. It just means so much as the complexion of the game moves forward.
Wheeler unable to get it going on the 1-and-1. Christian Guest with the miss for Sanford. Wheeler with the rebound and the push. Goes left side to Christian Brown. Brown following his own miss. Can't get it to go, but another whistle inside. Brown will head to the line. Brown, an 80% shooter from the free throw line.
Brown got a long reach, has really good hops, stayed with that possession, missed that first shot, but stayed right with it. Had the second opportunity and drew the foul in there. He's been sitting for a while, so he's anxious to get back in the basketball game and make an instant impact.
Good trip to the line for Brown. Two very high-scoring teams. producing a little less offense than what they've been doing previous to this contest, but Myron Gordon hasn't cooled off. He's now got 22 to lead all scorers as we hit the 9-minute mark of the second half.
As Garcia came out of the game, Georgia went back man-to-man. Gordon made him pay for it.
Wheeler with the strong take and the left-hand finish. Gordon trying to answer quickly. This is the kind of up-and-down basketball we expected, but then Garcia throws it away.
Yeah, Gordon right here. Georgia goes back to man-to-man, little handoff action. Kyer tries to go underneath the screen. Gordon makes him pay for it. There's a set three right there. And Severe Wheeler does what he does best. Splitting defenses, getting to the rim, and finishing with a little spin on the old backboard for that bucket.
Richardson Matrey with the strong take for Sanford to increase their lead to 5. Less than 8.5 to go.
Georgia man-to-man with Garcia in. Garcia was the weak side helper there. Refused to help. He didn't want to get this fourth foul.
Justin Kyer from the corner. I'll repeat myself. This is the kind of up-and-down basketball we expected to see.
Here we go, right? Again, great penetrating pitch. Set Kyer up for the easy three from the corner. What a beautiful shot he has.
Chambers inside to Logan Dye.
When you're a mid-major on the road, you've been leading all night, and the SEC team pulls you back in, gets it to 1 or 2 points. You always kind of feel like, oh, here it comes. But Sanford keeps answering everything Georgia's thrown at him.
Kyer with another triple for Georgia. Once again, making it a 1-point Sanford game. Next dead ball will be a media timeout. Inside to Christian Guess. Nice feed from Matrey. It'll count. Sanford still in control, has yet to relinquish their lead that they captured at the very start of the game here inside.
Ball. They know what it takes to win games, close games. They've been in these battles before, so they're setting each other up for what has to be done down the stretch.
Kyer and Garcia, 2 of 3 grad transfers on this year's roster for the Georgia Bulldogs. P.J. Horn, the third. 3-point Sanford game as we approach the 7-minute mark of the second half. All right. Under 8 minutes. Another media timeout as Georgia continues to pursue the other group of Bulldogs from Birmingham. Media timeout under the 8-minute mark, but just a few seconds prior, Sanford head coach Bucky McMillan used a timeout of his own, and they only have 2 remaining for the rest of the game. That could be a crucial element down the stretch, Mark Sloniker.
No question about it. A good setup for Brown there, could convert it, but again, you're on the road, the mid-major, well, you need every break you can get, so these timeouts will be critical for Sanford.
Defensive play made by Severe Wheeler, and then he immediately lost it out of bounds. Fresh 30 for Sanford.
Yeah, it's really uncharacteristic for Wheeler to see all these turnovers out of him tonight. Yeah, he's made a nice little run here. He's setting his shooters up at the other end to get Georgia back in the game. I know he'll be mad at himself for that one. That was a careless, unforced turnover.
And that's a bit of a dangerous play by Garcia with his 3 fouls, but successful.
Kyer and Garcia both with 3 each. Come down here down the stretch of the game.
Wheeler with the rebound, quickly down court to Christian Brown, who throws it down.
Wheeler with those eyes up, looking down the floor. Boy, beautiful play. That's kind of that dunk, kind of gets everybody excited and involved here down the stretch.
P.J. Horn, but Myron Gordon able to recover the basketball, score it, and go to the line for a possible three-point play.
Georgia gives up great penetration here. Missed, but Wheeler's eyes up, looking down the floor. Brown's a runner. Gets out for that dunk. Again, excites the crowd, gets everybody going, the bench alive. These are kind of momentum plays that can change the basketball game.
But Sanford quickly answers the effort by Christian Brown, specifically Myron Gordon. Unable to complete the three-point play. But Sanford maintains the lead as we hit the 6-minute mark.
What a game by Gordon. Again, attacks that rim, draws those fouls, 24 points. Again, Sanford keeps answering every time Georgia gets it to one or two.
Wheeler with it. And it's once again a one-point Sanford game. Quick whistle. Out of bounds. Preston Parks had the ball, but his back foot touched the sideline, and that's a turnover for Bucky McMillan and his Sanford team.
And unforced turnovers like that, just, they're killers in possession. Going to be a one-possession game, looks like right now.
You can see that both teams have been sloppy protecting the basketball, but Georgia now with a chance to capture their first lead of this game, and they get it to Kyer. He's unable. Christian Brown with the offensive rebound. Tried to get it to Horn. He lost it. Christian Guest trying to answer, and he does for Sanford on the beautiful push. Bucky McMillan is fired up on the sideline.
He's got his boys playing, no doubt about it. This game is going to the wire.
And Green is getting nervous. Wheeler drew the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line. Sanford has answered every push by Georgia.
Yeah, great penetration. Wheeler doesn't cut him off completely. Guess is able to change direction right there and finish a big basket. And Georgia had the momentum, had it cut to one. Brown probably should have shot it instead of maybe overpassed it there to P.J. Horn. And Sanford just keeps answering every time.
Christian Guest, number 2-3 in blue, now with 12 points after that beautiful drive to the bucket.
And one thing I've really been impressed with Wheeler, watching him from last year, this year, really has improved his free throw. He's the kind of player that's going to get fouled a lot, going to be around the rim, going to make action. You want your point guard to be a good shooter to close out games. They're probably going to be getting fouled, they have the ball in their hands. He has really upped his game in the free throw line.
Good defense by P.J. Horn and the Bulldogs. And how many times am I going to say it? They once again have a chance to capture their first lead. Green more active on the sideline for Georgia, along with assistant Steve McClain. P.J. Horn didn't look like he was really in rhythm to shoot that ball. Chambers got it.
You got to find him in transition. It's such a beautiful shot. Perfect. You got to find him. What another big basket by Sanford. Could have gone down one or two there. Another back up four again.
The Sanford bench is pumped. They are seeing the finish line and very hopeful they can pull off this major upset as Ty Fagan answers for Georgia.
Fagan knows his game, had a look at a three, pump faked it, got into his shooting range where he has a better, higher percentage, knocked it down, under control. Yeah, we're going to have a good one here, Van Earl.
2-point Sanford game. Jacob Tryon off the mark. Christian Brown with the defensive rebound. Wheeler can't finish, but P.J. Horn is there to clean it up, and we are tied at 68 as we hit the 3-minute mark in Athens. Gordon from the corner, got it.
Wow, Sanford coming back. They don't let up. Georgia's fighting every bit they can. Great shot by Gordon. Great setup right there. Sanford's going to go back to that 2-3 zone.
Myron Gordon with a new career high of 27. Wheeler with a strong take to answer for Georgia. It's a 1-point Sanford game as we approach the 2-minute mark of the second half.
Great body control, taking that contact. Wheeler, big time basket.
Matre indecisive, led to a turnover. Fagan trying to finish, cannot. Rebound Kyer. And a fresh 20 for the Bulldogs. Under 2 to go here inside Steckman Coliseum. Anybody's ball game as two groups of Bulldogs battle it out on the hard way. Tom Crean, a very happy man.
Kyer's got a chance to put the Dogs up here. Nobody's guarding him. He's a very good free throw shooter.
Justin Kyer at the line. Cannot convert on the first of 2.
And Georgia's got a couple of fouls to give. They only have 5 team fouls, but again, we talked about earlier, Georgia's in that double bonus early in this half.
And Kyer lives up to his season free throw percentage of 50%, hitting 1 of 2. Tied at 71, less than 2 to go. Matre, no, rebound Ty Fagan. .15 on the shot clock. Ty Fagan with 5 inside to Jackson Etter. And the home team in Athens finally leads this basketball game 73-71 as we approach the 1-minute mark.
Again, interesting substitution to get Etter in the game. Man, he delivered with a great backdoor cut.
Myron Gordon. Woo. Almost parallel to the floor and still able to bank it in.
What a night for him.
Gordon with a career high, 29. Every point he scores has a new career high. 45 seconds. Both benches on their feet. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Severe Wheeler, no, but he draws the foul. His ability to penetrate and create opportunities led to an opportunity for him to go to the line.
Yeah, this game, we thought it'd be a lot of three-point shooting, a lot of stuff going on, but it really became a game of penetration. Wheeler's penetration at Georgia's end, and Gordon's penetration at Sanford's end. It really changed the complexion of this basketball game. A great read by Wheeler. Bided his time, found the crease, went strong to the hole, and drew the foul.
Wheeler with a big free throw. Wheeler just 50% from the line tonight. Garcia back in the ball game for the home team. And Wheeler with the chance to give Georgia another advantage of 2 points. Comes through like the leader that he is.
Coach McMillan will play.
30 seconds to go.
Timeout or let him play right here. We're going to let him play.
Whistle and a timeout called by Sanford head coach Bucky McMillan. Sanford will be down to their final timeout. 21.3 to go. And Myron Gordon, the leader.
Foul here, out on the floor, especially with about 12 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go, to take Gordon out of the mix.
Christian Guest will inbound it for Sanford. He gets it to Gordon. Chambers with the strong take, cannot finish, scramble for the loose ball, captured by Kyer, and he's immediately fouled by Myron Gordon. Wow.
Sanford really spaced the floor. Chambers was not the guy we probably least suspected would drive to the hole in this situation, but he did. He had a nice run at it. Yeah, they almost got the tip in to go. Again, so close, so close. But again, maybe a little earlier than they wanted to go at the rim right there.
So Justin Kier has a big opportunity to help his team improve to 5-0 for the first time since the 2001-2002 season. One more free throw and Georgia will be in control. P.J. Horn with the follow-up, and oh my goodness, that should do it. Sanford, Myron Gordon, but a whistle stop play before Gordon could fire.
Yeah, Wheeler's got one to give. Smart play right there. Again, don't let me get that three off quickly, but wow, P.J. Horn. Oh.
It's a big play by the grad transfer.
Sanford got the miss they wanted, keep it at one possession. Did not get the box out. Great play by Horn. But those three grad transfers have really stepped up. Garcia in the first half, Wheeler down the stretch here, and what a big moment basket by P.J. Horn.
And Garcia and Georgia steals the inbounds pass of Sanford. 7.3 to go. Garcia will go to the line to pretty much seal the victory for the Georgia Bulldogs. And it looks like Garcia is shaking his head saying, I can't believe we're about to win this game when we didn't lead for 18 plus minutes. I'm sorry, 38 plus minutes.
That's right. Yeah, this is good for Coach Crean. Again, he's trying to blend a lot of guys in, just like Sanford is as well. And he's got a chance to see who can play well down the stretch, can take information you're giving them during critical timeouts, apply it back out on the court, who gels there, who can be defensive guys down the clutch, who can make clutch baskets. These are all things you're learning in the non-conference schedule about your team.
We mentioned the three graduate transfers at the top of the telecast. They came in averaging double figures, and they lived up to those numbers tonight, especially Kier from three-point land. He's been fantastic.
He really got going. Those three guys we talked about earlier, maturity, toughness, leadership, ability to shoot the three. All major things.
Kier with 4 3-pointers. Guess with the final take and final timeout for Sanford with 1.4, but not much they can do right now.
But now it really picks up. Cincinnati's a good, tough, proven team. Northeastern's always tough, coming out of their league, and then the conference play will pick up. So no more hiding the rest of the way here. A good win for Georgia. A great, valiant effort by Sanford. They had every opportunity to win this basketball game. Lucky McMillian's hurting, they lost. You got to feel good about the performance of this guys.
Georgia is 5-0 for the first time.